making my body stronger. Now, I'm going to teach you tonight to do these things and take you through that journey of climbing Kilimanjaro, how Kilimanjaro pushed back, how I didn't want to. There was this one morning when we summited, and I was like, there, I can't move because you walk so slowly. And I was sitting down, I can't breathe. It's like, I can't breathe. I just couldn't breathe. I felt like I was dying. And in that moment, I cried and I said, I'm a failure. I can't do this. How many times have we done something and we do it once and we don't get it, that we start not believing in ourselves because we're not good enough? We can't do this. At that moment when I was sitting on that rock, I told my friend that is hiking with me, I can't do this. I'm quitting. But the next moment, he came to me and he looked to me in the eyes and he said, Quivers, remember your why. Your why is the most important thing in life. Because when you lose your way, you always then have to remind yourself, but what is my why? Why am I here? Why am I doing this? And in that moment, when I had no energy, the moment I remembered my why, I was filled with energy and I stood up, took my crutches, and I went. And I pushed my body to the points of where I thought it can't go. Imagine you can go through, this is what this exercise are tonight. This is sort of your small Kilimanjaro. It's your small experience going through to experience what is your true potential. What can you achieve? Can you see me walking in front of you today? Every time that I get stronger and stronger, people notice it. How many of you know Robin Banks? Okay, so he's a speaker. I've been working for him for 4 years. The first time I met him, I was walking on my crutches. I could hardly walk. Guess what? After Kilimanjaro, he comes to me and he says, Quivers, I thought you're going to be in a wheelchair, man. But look how you're walking. Look at this, guys. I can almost run. I can almost run. One of these days, and we might have a fight tonight, Paul was a world and Africa kickboxing champion, okay? So we said tonight in our jocks, we're gonna get here, okay? And he's gonna allow me to get a first few shots in before he eats back, okay? But I'm at the point where I'm not even scared to tackle that on, because come on, look at that guy. He's not even big, But it's the same thing. Can I, Malcolm, can I have another one, please? So, on that sense, Paul hasn't done this. Oh, he has done this one before. He almost died at that day. And, it's the same challenge. And I want to show you how easy this is. Now, do any one of you want to feel that it is real steel? It's real. It's real. It's not fake. It's real steel. Sorry. So I'm going to ask Paul. He didn't know I'm going to do this. What is his thoughts about this? How was your first time when you did this?
Look, you are terrified. The moment it touches your throat, you're like, this cannot work. Because you feel the pressure there, it feels uncomfortable. And if you just put your finger there, I'm glad Kuba showed you earlier, put your finger there now again, just press in. You feel uncomfortable, how unsafe it feels. Now when you have a sharp piece of steel poking there, it gets a bit edgy. But, Quibus, I'm game.
Do you hear his game? But the thing is, before we start, everything is about why are we doing this? What is our intentions? Okay? So my intention is not to hurt him, okay? My intention is to get a kiss tonight. Not from him, but from the fire. Because I already got a kiss, so. But before we do that, we need to set intentions. So we're going to light the fire after this exercise. I want Malcolm to go light it because I want the fire to get ready for the evening. But to do this, as the rebar leader, I'm having Paul think about what is his intentions of doing this, okay? First thing is, we all want clear skies because, you know, this is the, what, low felt? High felt. This is the high felt, okay.
Is this not the high felt? Are we not too fast?
Okay, so this is the high felt. So me and Paul has this thing about, he doesn't believe it, okay? He's always challenging me. So I always tell him, I've never ever had it rain at my firewalks. Okay? So we get to functions and then it rains, okay? Sorry guys. It started raining at this one function of ours. And it rained. And the organizer comes to me and says, Kobus, what is your refund policy? And I said, come on, it never ever rained on my thing, just trust me. Now it comes with a belief. I believe whatever I say, my thoughts and my words, it will become reality. So I set my intentions and we say clear skies. Can we all say that? Yes. Let's say it again, clear skies. Yes. So the moment I saw that, or the moment I say that, do you think it stopped raining? No, he's right. Nothing happened. How many times in our life do we want something and we say, let's go for it? We can do this and then we don't take action. And we sit and wait. So the secret is we have to take action. Like this rebar. I'm going to bend it with Paul. I'm like, keep on standing. And nothing happens. But the thing is we have to take action. The same thing, if you want to open that business, if you want to live that life you want to live, if you want to climb Kilimanjaro, you can have that on your vision board, you can dream about it all day, every day. Nothing is going to happen until you take action. Okay, so you're going to take action. So first thing is clear skies. Now, then Paul challenges me and says, but Kobus, then you can have to make it rain as well. So then I tell him this.
Cape Town last year.
Cape Town last year, yes. But then I tell him the story of being in Namibia that went through a drought. And we do a firewalk. Do you know they wanted to kill me when I said, we don't want rain, we want clear skies? I almost created a mob, you know, they just wanted to take me out at that moment. And I look at this and I say, guys, but life and death is in our power of our tongue. Whatever we speak, we sow, right? So I said, let's do the firewalk, but let's ask for rain together. Because where one or more and plenty are together, if you do it together, you can create the reality. And so as we stood there after the firewalk, we closed the firewalk, we say, rain for Namibia. The next morning on our way to the airport, Kerry, you remember? It started drizzling, it started raining. 2 weeks later, the organizer sends me video clips that it didn't stop raining. The rivers are flooding. Imagine you can create your own destiny tonight. So the second thing is we want, especially up our here, we want gentle breezes. Can we all ask gentle breezes? The third thing you will only experience when we walk over that fire is an ice-cold healing fire. Can we all say that?
Ice-cold healing fire.
And you're going to experience an ice-cold healing fire. So while we do this rebar presentation for you, I want you to start thinking about what would be your why. What would push you to do this? Because if you can do this, you can do. If you can do this, you can do. So let's recondition your mind. Let's change your neural network about what is possible. And let's change your destiny.
Oh, great. Can I just say, this is not comfortable at all. So the secret of this is, you have to lean in. Because in life, you can't stand back, because if he's going to push, where's my power? I can't even move forward. So
some people say reach for your dreams, but if you reach, you can fall in the mud. The thing is, you have to step into it, you have to lean into it, and you have to focus where you are going. Now, this first part is just to say, Paul, do you trust me? And Paul, do you trust me? But at least, ladies and gentlemen, you have a choice if you want to do it this or not tonight. But I really want to recommend you, if you do this, you can do anything. It's that mindset change. So the first part is you make eye contact. So I need to protect his face. You know, he's insured his face for $1 million. I think it's too little. Is it $2 million now? You know, so he's a presenter. You know, his face can't get it. So for that reason, he's going to place his hands underneath his skin in case this bar wants to pop out, and in case this bar is going to scratch his beautiful face. Okay? So then the secret is we decide on how we're going to count down. Find a reason why we want to do this. Otherwise, if we don't have a reason why, this will just be a bucket list and it will mean nothing. But if we connect this with something in our life, it becomes an anchor. And when it becomes an anchor, whenever something challenges us in our life, we can remember this anchor. We fire this anchor and we suddenly remember the power that we have. You have your reason why, buddy? Okay, so when you start walking, yeah, I'm a little bit afraid now. It's a small guy. As you keep on walking until you get to the other person, until you get to him and you hug him. The ladies, I don't want it to get out of the closet yet. Okay.
Look at your smiles. How many of you, it's amazing to see how many of you are smiling. How many of you believed that was impossible, suddenly saw it become possible? I want you to start thinking about this. I have someone that said they are willing to step up to do this. And I've come far. And I want you just to listen to what has happened in his life in the past few months by doing some activities like this. So I want to call up a good friend of mine, Piers and Charming, to just come and show you how it can be done as well. Give them a big round of applause. Now both of them are bodybuilders, okay? So you must see they are a living dream. But Piers, I first want you just come tell people what you've told me. What has happened in the past 6 months in your life? Because when I met Piers, he was like, Kobus, I don't know anymore. I don't know where to go. Life is difficult, life is challenging. But let's listen what happened.
Thanks, Kobus. Bit of a shock, I must say, but very happy to share. So I sometimes struggle with, talking about myself and the things that have happened, but I have to share this. I met with Kobus a few months ago. We had a conversation, and I think my words to him were like, if something else goes wrong in my life, I just don't know if I can stand up again. I've had enough. And I remember we were sitting at the golf club near where he stays, and I think he took out a life wheel and he says to me, okay, so let's start ranking each area of your life, I think from 1 through 10, and you tell me where you think you kind of are, 1 being really bad and 10 being really good. And he starts with the first kind of aspect, and I said to him, no, that's a 1. And he says to me, okay, let's go to the next one. No, that's a 2. We go all the way around the wheel, and I don't think anything was above a 2. And he said to me, he says, I've never actually sat with anybody that's kind of ranked themselves like this. And I said, well, this is how I'm feeling. And I tried to throw a few curveballs. I'm not the most unintelligent person in the world. I thought I'm going to try and catch him out, and I'll throw him a few interesting questions and see what he says. And every time I tried that, he came back with a very measured response and something that made perfect sense to me and pretty much stumped me. So eventually I thought, okay, he's the real deal. I'm going to listen to what he's got to say. And we then sat there and we started to set some very simple goals. I think they were 3-month goals at the time, in each area of my life. And the one of them was in the financial area. One of them was in the work area. I was very frustrated in the company that I was with. Just hated every day. And I just didn't see a way out. And we set a few other goals. Some of them were obviously physical. I think one was a relationship goal, if I remember correctly. And as I said, there were 3-month goals. And he said to me, let's not waste time with a year or 3 years or 5 years. Let's make it 3 months. And I was like, 3 months, 90 days. Nothing I've ever done ever transpired or works out in 90 days. It normally takes longer. I've studied strategy. I know how this stuff works. None of it's going to work. But I started to take action. I wrote them down. I focused on them.